Beginning this evening's class, sitting on your mats. So sitting however's comfortable for you, cross legs, kneeling, whatever your preference. Just make sure you have that tilt forwards in the pelvis, the lengthening through the spine, lifting of your heart, relaxing of your shoulders, chest open, heart space is open, and then closing your eyes, breathing deeply. Breathing calm, natural breaths. Just taking a moment to come into this space. Whatever has been going on with your day or your week, let it go. Start tuning into this present moment, finding yourself in this room, on your mats, in your body. Be with every breath. No thoughts need thinking about. There is nowhere else for you to be. As you sit here, become aware of your environment. Notice all of the sounds around you. Do not focus on any one specific sound. Just be in the center of all of them. Be aware of your surroundings, of every sound, without listening. As you sit in the center of everything around you, feel a part of it. Let go of the idea of your body separating you from those things around you. Go inside of yourself where all sounds meet. Where can you hear everything? Be in that space where you hear everything around you, but also everything inside of you. Everything is to be found in the same place. You are as much a part of it as it is of you. And then taking deeper breaths. Breathing in through the nose, filling the belly, filling your lungs, breathing to the crown of your head. With every exhale, squeezing the belly in, pushing the diaphragm, squeezing all the breath out of the lungs, back out through the nose. Keep it going. Every inhale deeper than the last. Exploring until you find your maximum lung capacity, and then seeing if you can breathe in a little bit more. Exploring your exhale till your lungs are empty, and seeing if you can squeeze anything more out of your lungs. Every breath deeper, every breath longer. And still breathing deeper. Deeper than your lungs, deeper than your belly. Breathing into your pelvic floor. With every inhale, breathing into the whole of your body. As you exhale, pulling, squeezing, lifting your pelvic floor muscles inside, squeezing the belly button into the spine, squeezing all the breath out of your lungs. Every inhale, down into your root, into that space where you sit. Every exhale, again squeezing the whole of your body, the whole of your breath, coming back out through the nose, or if you like, exhaling through the mouth. Whichever feels better to you today, whichever feels more full. With every breath, we always want to hear our exhales. So if it helps you breathing out through the mouth or through the nose, do that today. Do that in your practice so that with every breath you can ensure you are listening to your breathing. If you are listening to your breath, then you cannot be listening to any thoughts. Keep your mind quiet, but focused. And then in a moment, after taking a deep breath in, completely exhaling, and then lifting the pelvic floor muscles up inside, squeezing the belly button into the spine, core muscles, abdominals working, squeezing everything in, locking the exhale out of the body. So everybody taking a deep breath in, total exhale, pelvic floor muscles, Mula Bandha, abdominals, Uddiyana Bandha, squeeze them, lock them in. Hold the exhale. Holding the exhale for as long as you can. When you can no longer hold it, releasing Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, returning to your deep breaths, breathing through the nose. When you're back and you're breathing, we'll give it one more go. Stronger this time, more intense. So deep breath in. Total exhale. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. And once again, when you can no longer hold it, releasing gently, coming back to your breathing. Setting the intention to continue breathing like this through the whole of your practice. Deep belly breaths, in and out through the nose or back out through the mouth. Every inhale, exploring your body in every asana, every pose. With every exhale, letting go, releasing, getting deeper inside of you. So with eyes open, crossing your legs. The right hand grabs the left knee, the left hand is on the floor behind you, pressing down through the palm, inhaling for length. As we exhale, twisting on the spine, so looking behind, using the strength of your right hand to pull on the left knee, taking the left shoulder as far around as you can, taking the chin over towards the left shoulder, and either eyes are closed as you focus inside of your body, or eyes are open, looking as far to the left as you can, working the muscles of your eyes. If you're able, you can wrap your left arm behind the back, grab the inside of your right thigh, using the strength of both of your arms to twist even further with every exhale, pulling the belly button in, twisting more. Two more breaths. Every exhale, trying to twist further on the spine, lengthening through the spine, knees pressing down, and releasing, facing the front. Crossing your legs the other way. And then the left hand grabs the right knee, the right hand on the floor behind you, inhaling for length, exhaling, twisting on the spine, looking behind. So again, twisting as far as you can on the spine, keeping the spine long. If you have the space, wrapping the right arm behind the back, grab the inside of your left thigh, using both hands, pulling on both legs, twisting even further. With every breath in, feel that resistance, the tension you hold in your body. As you exhale, letting go, going further. One more breath. And releasing, facing the front. Coming onto all fours, so hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. A few rounds of cat-cow. So for cow, tilting the pelvis forwards, pushing the spine towards the floor, breathing deep into the belly, looking forwards up towards the ceiling. As we exhale, arching the spine up into cat, pushing the floor away, squeezing the head and hips closer, belly button squeezing into the spine. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. Keep it going. Moving in time to your breath. So the deeper the breath, the slower the movement. So the slower you move, the more time to feel into your body, feel into your spines. No need for speed, keeping it slow, keeping it smooth. As you arch your spine up into cat, push the floor away. Lift the spine as high as you can away from your mats. And for cow, tilting the pelvis forwards, pushing the spine towards the floor, opening the chest, pressing down through the hands, breathing deep into your belly. A few more rounds. And then returning to a neutral spine. Planting your hands, and then lifting the left knee in line with the left hip. So left knee in line with the hip, heel in line with the left knee, toes pointing off to the left side of the room. Left hip is open, right knee is under the right hip, arms are strong, push the floor away. And make sure the left knee doesn't drop. Keep it high, keep it lifted. If it starts to lower down, pick it up again. Two more breaths. So your left shin is in line with the long edge of your mats. Again, knee in line with the hip, and then placing your left knee back down onto your mats. Same with the right leg. Right knee in line with the right hip, heel in line with the right knee, toes pointing off to the right side of the room, arms strong, pushing the floor away, elbows locked in, holding the leg here. Deep belly breathing. Again, keep that right knee high, keep it in line with the hip. Right lower leg in line with the long edge of your mats. One more breath. And then gently placing your right knee back onto your mats. Take your hands out in front of you, and then tucking your toes, push the bum to the heels and your knees lift off of your mats as you bring your forehead as close to your mats as you can. So arms are strong, elbows locked in as you press away through the hands and the length of all of your fingers. Bum and the heels pushing the floor away so the bum and the heels go towards the back of your mats. Again, your knees are hovering, and then bringing your head as close to your mats as you can,
as close as your knees or even closer. So shoulder blades are pulling in towards each other. 2 more breaths. And then looking up, rolling forwards, keeping the knees high, bringing your shoulders above your wrists. So shins are parallel to the floor, knees under the hips, hovering off the mat, pushing away through the hands, opening the space in the back of your rib cage. So shoulder blades coming away from each other as you arch your spine up towards the ceiling and back into your cat spine. Feel your abdominals. Try and pull your hips up towards the front of the mat. 1 more breath, and then lifting your knees, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. When you're here, cycling the legs, bending the right knee, pressing down through the left heel, holding for 2 to 3 breaths, and then swapping the legs. Take it slow, keep it smooth, just stretching through the legs, pressing down through one heel then the other. Feel that stretch from the heel all the way up the back of your leg to your hips. Arms are nice and strong, pressing down through the length of all of your fingers, turning your armpits away from each other. And then nice and slowly walking your feet up your mat to come between your hands, coming to a forward fold. So big toes together, small gap between the heels, tiny bend in the knees as you hang out your hips, holding onto your elbows, softening your spine, softening your neck, allowing your head to hang. Allow gravity to lengthen you as you hang out of your hips, finding space between every vertebrae. Softer in the spine, soft in the neck. Allow your head to hang. And then releasing your elbows nice and slowly, stacking each vertebrae one on top of the other. Coming up slowly, unfolding, coming to Tadasana, Mountain Pose. So again, big toes together, small gap between the heels, straightening through the legs, lengthening through the spine, rolling shoulder blades back towards each other, palms facing the front. Deep belly breath in. Exhaling, the hands come together. Inhaling, long through the side bodies, reaching up to the ceilings. Exhaling, swan dive to forward fold, hands on the floor. Inhaling, the right foot steps back, comes to runner's lunge. Holding the breath, kicking back to plank. Exhaling, knees to the floor, chest between the hands, chins on the mat, bums in the air. Inhaling, sliding up the cobra, pushing hips down, lifting shoulders as we exhale, tucking toes and lifting hips, downward facing dog. Looking between the hands as we inhale, stepping the right foot between the hands. Exhaling, left foot between the hands. Inhaling, reach up the ceilings, pressing down through the heels. Exhaling, returning to Tadasana, Mountain Pose. And again, breathing in. Exhaling, the hands come together. Inhaling, reaching through the whole of your body, reaching through the fingers. Exhaling, swan dive to forward fold, hands on the floor. Inhaling, the left foot steps back, comes to runner's lunge. Holding the breath, kicking back to plank. Exhaling, knees to the floor, chest between the hands, chins on the mat, bums in the air. Inhaling, sliding up to cobra, pushing hips down, lifting shoulders. As we exhale, tucking toes and lifting hips, downward facing dog. Looking between the hands as we inhale, stepping the left foot between the hands. Exhaling, right foot between the hands. Inhaling, pressing down through the heels, reaching through the side bodies. Exhaling, returning to Tadasana, Mountain Pose. Last round, breathing in. Exhaling, bringing the hands together. Inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling one last time through the whole of your body. As we exhale, bend the knees, fingertips touch the mats, keep the bums low, lift the hands high. Imaginary chair pose. So if you look down, should be able to see all 10 toes. If you can't, take the knees further back. Your weight is concentrated in your heels. As you push your knees back, drop your bums low and lift your hands high. Shoulder blades squeezing towards each other. Keep reaching up to the ceiling, maybe looking where you're reaching for, up to the top corner of the room.
2 more breaths. Weight in the heels, palms lower, knees back, hands higher. And then slowly folding forwards, hands on the mats, stepping or jumping back to a plank. Half press up, chaturanga. Come down low to your mats, elbows close into the body. And then as we inhale, upward facing dog. So pressing down on the tops of your feet to lift your knees, lift your hips. Pull your chest through the arms, pressing down through the palms, shoulder blades coming in as close as you can bring them behind you. Closing that space in the back of your rib cage. And then using your breathing to the back bend. Full breaths. Lengthening through the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Shoulders coming away from the ears. And as we exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Settling here in your downward facing dog. So fingers are wide. Pressing down through the length of all of your fingers, pushing away through the hands. Elbows are locked in as you lengthen through the side bodies. Your hips are high up in the air. Pressing down through both your heels, your feet are hip distance apart. And you'll try to bring your head as close as you can to your knees. Bring your left foot more central to your mat, press down through the left heel, and then lift the right leg up behind you. So left leg is strong, right leg as high as you can, pointing through the right toes without lifting the right hip, so keep the hips level, parallel to the floor. And then bending the right knee, the heel comes close to the bum, opening the hips wide. So the right foot comes over to the left side of the room, stacking your right hip on top of the left hip as your right knee is the highest point of your body. Can you see your right toes from under your left armpit? One more breath. Open the body as much as you can, and then slowly rolling forwards, shoulders over the wrists, right knee coming through the arms towards the top of your mats, and then stepping the right foot between the hands. Left knee to the floor, top of the left foot on the mat. Inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhaling, crescent moon lunge. Every exhale, deeper in the hips. Hips moving forwards towards the right heel. All of your body weight moving to the front of the room as you reach your arms to the back of the room. So you're trying to pull your arms behind your head. Welcome to stay as you are. Otherwise, bringing the hands to the heart, pressing down on the top of the left foot to lift the left knee. Everyone, make sure your hips are square to the front of your mats as you pull the right hip back, left hip forwards. If your left knee is lifting, pressing down through the right heel, and the top of your left foot as strong as you can. One more breath, and the left knee back on the floor. Everyone inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling, exhaling, folding forwards. So hands on the floor on the inside of the right leg, setting up for a lizard lunge. Dropping your shoulders as low as you can. Walk your hands away from you. Try to come down to your forearms, maybe onto your elbows. So long as the whole sole of your right foot is connected to your mats. So if any part of your foot comes away from the floor, come up, sacrifice distance, get the heel planted, get the toes down, make into it where you can. Keep the right knee and the right thigh close to the body. If there is a sharp angle in the right knee, bring that right foot further forwards. Ideally the knee is above before the ankle. And if the knee is going away from the body, a different direction to your right toes, turn your right toes the same direction as your right knee. Remember, knees and toes always must be facing the same direction to keep your knees happy and healthy for a much longer time. For my lizard lunge, going to go for the lizard bind. So the right arm comes under the right thigh, the hand onto the back, left arm behind the back, so holding the hands or squeezing the arms, holding onto whatever you can. Pulling everything to the center line as you lengthen through your spine, looking at your mat on the inside of your right foot. Staying here, otherwise option of tucking the left toes and straightening the left leg. So pressing down through the right heel, pushing back through the left heel if your left knee is high. Otherwise, if your left knee is down, just pressing down through the right heel, lengthening through the spine, and squeezing the arms and the leg as strong as you can. 2 more breaths. Wherever you are, releasing the bind, placing both hands back onto your mats. If you haven't already, tuck the left toes, straighten the left leg. And then everyone, bring the right hand on the outside of the right leg, right foot more central to your mats. And then straightening both legs, so pushing away through the right heel, pulling the right knee back to the back of the room. Strong through the left leg, pressing back through the left heel, with both legs as straight as they can be. Then tilt the pelvis, lengthen through your spine, walk your hands away from you, and then fold long over the right leg, trying to bring your forehead to the knee or onto the shin. So when you're here, settling into the breathing, taking control. Every breath, breathing in as full as you can. Every exhale, squeezing the belly button into the spine, away from your leg. One more breath. And then hands on the mat, kicking the right foot back, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, bring the right foot more central to your mats, and then lifting the left leg as high as you can, pointing through the left toes. So remember, not yet looking to lift the left hip, so hips are square to the floor. Right heel pressing down, lifting the left leg as high as you can, forehead coming close to the right knee. Bending the left knee, heel comes close to the bum, opening the hips as wide as you can. So strong through the arms, left knee is the highest point of your body. Hips are open to the left side of the room. Can you see your left toes from under your right armpit? Have that right leg strong as you press down through the right heel. One more breath. And then slowly rolling forwards, shoulders over the wrists, left knee coming through the arms. As you step the left foot between the hands, drop the right knee to the floor, top of the right foot on the mat. Inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhaling, crescent moon lunge. So once again, your body is sending it forwards to the front of the room as you pull your arms behind your head, opening your chest, rolling your shoulder blades back and behind you. To help with stability, pulling the left hip back, right hip forwards. And once again, you're welcome to stay as you are. Keep working here, otherwise hands at the heart, pressing down the top of the right foot to lift the right knee. So pulling the left hip back, the right hip forwards, both legs are strong, shoulders above your hips if you're lifting the right knee. Wherever you are, one more breath. And placing your right knee back on your mats, everyone inhaling up to the ceiling, exhaling, folding forwards, hands on the floor on the inside of your left leg. Once more, lizard lunge. So dropping your shoulders as low as you can, walk your hands away from you, forearms, elbows, maybe foreheads, only if your left foot is grounded down into your mats. Close your eyes. Explore your body with every breath. Observe how every inhale and exhale changes how this pose, how this movement feels in your body. Two more breaths. All of your body weight on the inside of the left leg. And then going for our lizard bind, so the left arm comes under the left thigh, hand on the back, right hand behind the back, holding the hand, squeezing the arms, lengthening through the spine, pressing down through the left heel, holding here, otherwise tucking the right toes and straightening the right leg. Deep breathing, calm breaths, keep the body calm, keep it energized, keep it strong. One more breath. And then everyone releasing the bind, placing both hands back on your mats. If you haven't already, tucking the right toes, straightening the right leg, and then bringing the left hand on the outside of the left leg, left foot more central to your mats, straightening both legs. So pressing back through the right heel, pushing away through the left heel, tilting from the pelvis, lengthening through the spine. Walk your hands away from you as you fold forwards over the left leg. Deeper breaths. With every inhale, try and go deeper as you explore your body, feeling around your muscles, around the tendons, around everything, all the way down to the bone. One more breath. And hands on the mats, kicking the left leg back, downward facing dog. So when you're here, option to rest, option to freestyle, otherwise vinyasa. Inhaling to a plank, exhaling to a press up, inhaling, upward facing dog, exhaling, downward facing dog. So back in your downward facing dog, walk your hands back down towards your feet, coming to a forward fold at the bottom of your mats. Keep your feet hip distance apart, and then peace fingers around your big toes. Pull yourselves deeper into your forward fold. So strong through your legs, press down through the heels. Straighten your legs as much as you can without locking the knees in. So the upper body, other than the arms, don't need to be doing anything at all. Otherwise, the arms are strong, trying to pull yourselves deeper into this forward fold. And nice and slowly releasing, stacking each vertebrae one on top of the other as you slowly come up to standing at the bottom of your mats. So we're going to step forwards into a high lunge. So make sure your left foot is grounded on your mats, and then stepping the right foot forwards as far as you can. So coming down to a high lunge, we want the right knee to be above or before the ankle. If it's going over, bring the right foot further forwards, feet are facing the same direction as you push back through the left heel, both legs are working as strong as each other. Bring your hands to your heart, palms together, and shoulders above the hips. Remember, to help with stability, squaring your hips to the front of your mat, pull the right hip back, left hip forwards. If that doesn't help with your balance, you can take the right foot more to the right side of your mats, then just distributing your balance over a wider foundation. So we're going to go for 5 strong breaths with a deep knee bend. We're going to bring the knee as close as we can to our mat without the knee touching the floor. When we're here, 5 breaths. Keep it strong. Pressing down through the right heel, deep bend in the left knee. And then slowly with control, folding forwards, hands on the mat, kicking the right leg back, downward facing dog. Nice and slowly walking your hands back to your feet, coming back to your forward fold. And once again, slowly stacking the spine, coming up to standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Stepping back into a high lunge, so planting the right toes, stepping the left leg forwards, nice big stride, and again the left knee above or before the ankle. Shoulders above the hips, hands to the heart. Left leg is strong as you press down through the left heel. Right leg is strong as you push back through the right heel. And then bringing a deep bend into the right knee. Holding for 5 breaths. Hips are square. Holding the balance. One more breath, and then slowly, with control, folding forwards, hands on the mats, kicking the left leg back, downward facing dog. Option to rest, option to freestyle, otherwise vinyasa. Inhaling to a plank, exhaling to a press up. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. So we're going to come into warrior 3. So left foot more central to your mat, picking the right leg up as high as you can, pointing through the right toes, and then bending the right knee. Bring the right knee as far through the arms as you can, shoulders above the wrists, and then stepping the right foot between the hands. So pushing back through the left heel is high. We're going to shift our weight forwards, balancing on the right leg, on the right foot, as we lift the left leg up behind us. So, tiny bend in the right knee as you balance on the right foot. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. So we're just going to focus on our legs. We want our left heel to be pushing to the wall behind us, and the heel is in line with our hip. So left leg is parallel to the floor with the knee locked in. Tiny bend in the right knee, so we're not locking the knee in, so the muscles are doing the work, not the knee joint. Either holding here, otherwise we're looking to lift the heart, bringing our shoulders in line with our hips, and then eventually, to test the balance, bringing the hands to the heart, palms together. 5 breaths here. If you're balancing without the hands, try and pull your, lost my balance, try and pull your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling behind you, and keep that left leg strong. Keep lengthening through the whole of your body. And then bring your hands back down onto your mats, stepping the left foot back behind you. Right knee is bent, and then kicking the right leg back, downward facing dog. So back in your down dog, bring the right foot sort of more central to your mats, and then lifting the left leg up behind you. Pointing through the left toes, and then bending the left knee. Bring the left knee through the arms, stepping the left foot between the hands, and then same again, warrior 3. So spread the left toes, push back through the right heel. As we shift our weight onto the left foot, we pick the right leg up behind us. So nice and strong. Pushing back through the right heel, keep the right hip dropped in line with the left, so your hips are square to the floor. Bring your hands in front of you so they're in line directly underneath your shoulders. Tiny bend in the left knee as you grip onto your mats with your left foot. Keep that right leg strong behind you, as strong as you can, nice and high. And then maybe bringing the hands to the heart as you lengthen through the spine, balancing here. 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, bringing your hands back down onto your mats, placing the right foot on the floor behind you, left knee is bent, and then kicking the left leg back, downward facing dog. Last chance for a rest or a freestyle, otherwise vinyasa. Inhaling to a plank, exhaling to a press up, inhaling, upward facing dog, exhaling, downward facing dog. Hop, step or jump to Malasana, your deep yogi squats. So planting both feet outside of your hands. And you want to have your heels down. If your heels are hovering, take the feet wider. If your heels are still hovering, then come up until your heels are down, and that will be where you work until those muscles lengthen and open. So wherever you are, pressing to the outside of the feet to take the knees wider. Elbows on the inside of the knees as you bring your palms together. And then bringing the hands towards the heart, opening the knees wider, opening the hips more. Bit of pressure in the heels as you press them down into your mats, lengthening through your spine, long through the spine, pulling your shoulder blades back behind you, lengthening through the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Deeper breaths. Breathing under control. Welcome to stay as you are. Otherwise, going for a pistol squat. So bringing both arms over the right knee, balancing on the right foot, shuffling the left leg over, and then straightening the left leg out in front of you. So the left knee can be locked in. You're pushing through the heel, pulling your toes back towards you. If you're struggling to hold this, you can bring your hands onto the floor either side of you to support you. Otherwise, reaching forwards, grabbing a hold of your left toes, and again holding the leg here. So one more breath wherever you are. Then coming back to Malasana, deep yogi squats. So we need to do the other side. Arms over the left leg, shuffling the right foot over, finding the balance, straightening the right leg out in front of you, and holding this in any way that works for you. Strong breaths, strong through the right leg, balancing on the left foot, and coming back to Malasana, deep yogi squats, and then gently placing your bums onto your mats. When you're here, straighten your legs out in front of you. So pushing through the heels, knees are locked in, feet together and toes pulling back towards you. Again, meat of your bums pulled backwards, sitting bones facing behind. That will help you to fold forwards from the hips. So inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling, exhaling, folding forward. So grabbing a hold wherever you can. Toes, ankles, shins. It doesn't matter where you're holding, so long as you can use the strength of your arms to pull yourself down your legs. First of all, leading with a long spine. So trying to pull your chest and chin to your toes first. And provided you can maintain the work that you can feel here in your body, then you can round your spine, bringing your forehead to the shins as close as you can. So keep using your arms, pulling yourself out of your hips, down your legs. And then being aggressive with your abdominals, giving all your internal organs a good squeeze as you massage them, squeezing your belly button into the spine. One more breath. And nice and slowly releasing, calming up. Folding forwards onto your hands, and then just bringing your knees back behind you, tucking the toes, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. We're going to lift the right leg nice and high, bend the right knee, and then come to Pigeon Pose. So placing the right knee behind the right wrist, the right ankle behind the left wrist, and then to get your hips low to your mat, walk your left foot back and behind you, away from you. So you're sinking down in the hips. We want our right shin to be as in line to the front of our mat as we can bring it. So if your heel is close to the hips, you can use your left hand just to pull it a bit further forwards. Hips nice and level. Look behind you, make sure your left leg is in line with the long edge of your mats. And then folding forwards long out of the hips towards the front of the room. All of your body weight comes over that right leg, forehead onto your mats. You can continue working here. Otherwise, to go a little further, the option is to bring your left elbow in front of the right knee, your left palm is facing the ceiling, and the right hand presses into the left hand. As you push through the hands, lift away from the floor, twist on the spine, looking over your right shoulder, up towards the ceiling. So this is option 2. For option 3, keep your left elbow in front of the right knee and your left hand onto the floor on the right side of your mats. You can then bring the right hand behind the back to grab the right ankle, and then you're pulling on the heel to twist looking behind you. Just make sure you're not pulling that right heel back towards you. You want to keep that right shin close to the front of your mats. You're just using a bit of pressure through the hands to twist you harder on the spine, looking behind. A few more breaths here. Deep belly breathing. One more breath. And then releasing, placing your hands on your mats. Tucking the left toes, keeping the right leg back, and downward facing dog. So right foot more central to your mats, lifting the left leg nice and high, pointing through the left toes, bending the left knee, pigeon pose, left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind the right wrist. Walking your right foot back and away from you behind you, right leg in line with the long edge of your mats. Trying to bring your left shin squeeze in line to the fronts of your mats as you can bring it. And then again with hips level, so make sure you're not on your left thigh or your left bum, right hip and left hip, equal measure from your mats. You're then folding forwards long through the spine, over the left leg, and reaching out in front of you. If you find in your pigeon pose that as you come down, your foot pulls back underneath you, you can use your forearm just to keep it in place. And then hands on the floor, same again, folding forwards. For option 2, right elbow in front of the left knee, right palm facing the ceiling, left hand pressing to the right hand as you push through the hands, twisting on the spine, looking up to the ceiling. Otherwise, option 3, right hand on the floor on the left side of your mats, reaching the left arm behind the back, grabbing a hold of the left heel as you twist on the spine, looking over the left shoulder to the wall behind you. Using every breath, inhale and exhale, full body breathing. One more breath wherever you are. And then coming forwards, hands on the mats, tucking the right toes, keeping the left leg back, downward facing dog. Nice and slowly, walking your feet towards the front of your mats, coming to a forward fold. And then peace fingers around your big toes. So feet are close, small gap between the heels. Start bending your knees, pulling yourselves down into a little baby squat. So if your heels lift, continue working there. Try and go down as low as you can without your heels lifting. So if the heels lift, work there nice and slow, breathing deep. 2 more breaths. And then placing your bums back into your mats, stretch your legs out in front of you, and then lying on the floor. So we're going to come into plow pose. There's 2 ways into this. Option 1, we've already got our body stretched out along our mats, arms are overhead, palms facing the ceiling. As we push through the heels, using our core muscles, we lift the legs up to the ceiling and then bring the feet over the face towards our hands, and then our fingers grab a hold of our toes. So, a lot of weight on the back of the neck, back of the shoulders. Maintain looking forwards up to the ceiling. So that's option 1. For option 2, if option 1 isn't available today, then what you do to use momentum to come into your plow pose, You cross your ankles, grab a hold of your big toes, and then you just throw the feet, coming into plow. So again, when you're here, keep a hold of your toes to maintain control. So if you want to come out quickly, you can. If you want to go further, try and walk your feet away from you, further behind. Now, in plow pose, your breathing may feel a bit tight, a bit restricted as you close off the throat and close off the chest. But maintain strong breathing, deep breaths. Keep the body calm, again, keep it energized. To go further, you have the option of bringing the arms together behind the back, clasping the fingers, pushing the palms away. So your palms are facing towards you, your pinkies are on the floor, your elbows are locked in, your shoulder blades are nice and close. Either staying here, otherwise going further. You can bend your knees, placing your knees either side of your head. Try to have your shins flat to the floor. You can either continue keeping your arms on the floor behind you, otherwise wrapping your arms around your legs, squeezing yourself as small as you can. And then here we have one more option. Grab a hold of your heels or your toes and then lift your heels to your bum. So your knees will come away from your mats. All of your body weight is now resting on the back of your head and the backs of your shoulders. So try and press your head into your mat. So you're actively holding the weight here as you pull your heels to your bum and try and bring your big toes to touching. Three more breaths, wherever you are. And then nice and slowly rolling back into your mats, stretching out once again. It's just a moment to do whatever feels good for you. Maybe just take the legs side to side, a bit of a twist in the spine. Plow pose does close off, shut off the front of the body. So if you want to open back up, legs along the floor, bring your hands under your bum, so your palms are on your mats. Bring your elbows and shoulder blades as close in as you can, pointing to your toes. Lift your chest up to the ceiling. So now you're up on your elbows, up on your forearms. And then hang the head to look for the wall behind you. Push the chin to the wall. So you're opening the heart, opening the throat, and then maybe placing the crown of your head back down onto your mats. Again, keep the chest lifted, keep the chin pushing behind you to really open the throat as much as you can. Pointing through the toes. 3 more breaths. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you are in this pose, then to come out, press down to your elbows, lift your head, come back down to lying on your mats, and then everyone meeting in Shavasana, final relaxation. So feet on the corner of your mats, flop to either side, palms facing the ceiling, hands away from the body. Just tuck your shoulder blades a little bit closer in towards each other. Lengthening through the back of the neck, just tucking the chin in slightly. Finding complete stillness in your body. You don't need to move anything. No need to fidget. Just allow yourself this time to rest. Here in Shavasana, supported by the floor beneath you, your body can fully relax. Nothing is moving, nothing is working. There is no pressure on your central nervous system to be moving or have anything engaged or active. And so here, your central nervous system, the whole of your spine, can totally rest. No thoughts need thinking about. There is nowhere else to be. Whatever you may have been carrying around recently, whatever may play on your mind or your emotions, let it go. Let go of that weight. Ask yourself, does it need to be carried? If it's that important, you can always pick it up another time. But for now, give yourself a break. Feel your body softening, relaxing. More space in your body as you have released tension in your muscles. You have released tension from your body, therefore you have released tension from your mind. Feel how your muscles have worked their strength. Now your body is stronger. And if your body is stronger, then your mind is also stronger. So you are more than welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. Otherwise, breathing deeply, wiggling fingers and toes, and then bringing movement back into your body. No rush. Carry this feeling of relaxation with you, this feeling of calm. Do not disturb it. Bring it with you. Just moving however else your body desires. And then when you're ready, nice and gently, making your way to sitting on your mats. So we bring our practice to a close. Thank you very much for joining this practice with me. Hope you're all staying healthy and safe. Hopefully be seeing you soon. Namaste.